at my core, cooking is simple and straightforward.
I just want to serve food that I want to eat all the time.
You know, everybody's got to eat.
You live, breathe, and die in your restaurant.
There's a lot of great things coming out of Sacramento. The world is watching.
Sacramento's sort of doing it at a level that I haven't necessarily seen elsewhere.
It's all the Sacramento stuff, from Sacramento, anywhere I go.
We would not be anywhere without these farms.
75 to 80% of our produce coming from one of the 6 counties. And we have missions to create change.
This lettuce is so fresh. It's picked that week, washed, chopped in on the salad plate the same week.
Now you're changing the game.
I knew that this was going to be what I was going to do.
It's what makes you happy. It's what makes me who I am.
It is the only time that I can be like the truest version of myself.
Yes, this is who we are. Yes, we should celebrate this. Yes, we will have a festival for 150,000 people. Yes, we will help you do dinner for 800 on a bridge over a river and close a state highway. This is Farm to Fork.
Thank you to the wonderful and talented chefs for preparing such an exquisite meal.
The top half is empty, and I think we could probably do like 2 trays, stacky, you know what I mean?
And my deepest gratitude goes to the farmers, the farm workers, the chefs and food service workers.
And 4 delicata, 4 mushrooms.
I got someone bring me a shitload of spoons right now.
Real hot oil, folks, real hot. Hot duck fan.
I think one of the things that we did well with Farm to Fork is identify what we do better than anybody else. And what we do better than anybody else is grow food. My name is Mike Testa, and I'm the president and CEO of Visit Sacramento. The initial criticism is, this is just about white linen tablecloths. Well, no, it's about the farm workers. It's about everything from start to finish in the food cycle. You know, San Francisco has the Golden Gate Bridge, New York has the Statue of Liberty. What sets Sacramento apart? What is something that is unique to us that we can own? And it's agriculture, it's food.
Tonight marks the 10th anniversary of the Tower Bridge Dinner. Of course, this is the event of the year, really.
750 people sitting on a bridge. Crazy, right? Patrick Mulvaney and my wife Bobbin and I are the owners of Mulvaney's B&L in Midtown Sacramento. People say, well, it's just marketing. I say, yeah, and it's brilliant.
When are we starting? How much time? How much time? Now. We're going now?
Once it kind of gets semi-warm, okay, they can go.
Like me and Chris are going to start getting them rolling, and then we'll probably speed rack them and start filling. Yeah.
Are we supposed to have 34? We're ready. Like we're always ready. We woke up ready.
So tonight, let's raise our glasses.
We go to bed ready. We don't step out the house unless we're ready.
I think chefs have a responsibility to feed people good food, not just good food for our taste buds, but food that we can thrive on, that makes us feel good. People say, does California have a cuisine? Yes, we do, and it's known to be fresh. It's known to know your farmer. It's maybe you went out and picked it, you know, out of the ground.
This plot is everything that they have started from seed and then planted out and are now harvesting. That is what is going on to our mobile farmers market truck. They're picked one day and they're out into the community the next day. Here we have cucumbers. On the other side actually is okra. Beautiful eggplant. Yeah. So there you go. Best with a little bit of salt, because a little salt, this is not machine harvested. This is a lot of love and care that the farmers have to put in. So when you buy at a farmer's market or a farm stand or many of our local grocery stores, they are buying from local farmers. And so while they may be a bit more expensive, right? I mean, part of the reason that we're wanting to invest in these incredible farmers in this region who are also growing, you know, in a sustainable and regenerative way.
We know from looking at our menus that every person who dines here helps support or eats food from about 20 individual farms every night. We are out front in celebrating the farms and the farmers. It's that community, right, that we have, that we built, that is just helps make Sacramento what it is.
I'm from Sacramento. I left for a few years, but to come back and for it to be flourishing the way it is, and Farm to Fork Capital and all the festivals that are around it and the dinner that's around it, I'm so proud to be from here. So it's my dad's recipe, but my mom's greens from her garden. Because I couldn't find none this morning. I was in a hurry. As you dive into Sacramento and you got these counties out there like Yolo County, there's some stuff here in Sac County, and like even surrounding, you don't really have to go past 50 miles to get everything that you need. Yeah, it's exciting to be, the most popular food truck in Sacramento. And, I say we're one of the most popular restaurants too, but at the end of the day, it's been a struggle, 2011, there's this big food truck boom in Sacramento. I remember we're on UC Davis campus, and I had one of the food truck coordinators come up to me and he was like, hey, your numbers, they're not where they need to be. And he was like, I'm not saying that we're gonna kick you out, but you gotta figure something out. I had this bok bok chicken sandwich. It had a jalapeno slaw, and it had our fuego sauce, which is a spicy mayo, dill pickles. Chef Chris at Localities, he did this video where he was eating the sandwich, and him and his dishwasher were like dancing with the sandwich, and that's how it all started. From that video to where we are right now. If it wasn't for Chef Chris, I don't know where we would be right now. Everybody started coming after that. That Nashville chicken sandwich is something.
If you do the family tree of Sacramento, if we were people, we'd all be cousin chefs. But I have heard that it can be super cutthroat everywhere else. And in Sac, it's like, we all worked for Five Guys. I think that's part of the reason that keeps us really close together. Our octopus dish, and this is the only dish that's been the same since we opened. When I first started cooking, I knew that this was gonna be what I was gonna do. When I was like 9, my dad wasn't much of a cook, so when I would be at his house on the weekends, I would come with recipes ready to go, and I'd be like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. I would pick recipes that had the most ingredients in them. I wanted it just to continue on forever and take as long as possible, because it was like, that was my way of, I just really enjoyed cooking. Just trying to, make people smile instead of make people angry. I think I've been a little bit like vindictive in the past. It's like, I had a chef that was a complete asshole to me, and now I'm gonna be that to someone else. And it's just kind of like, and I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that 100%. But I think breaking that cycle and realizing that it just doesn't have to be like that is really important.
The good ones among chefs are teachers. And we say, I am going to teach you how to do this, because the more people that know, the better off it is. We get new people, and it's hard to integrate into a new society, it's hard to integrate into a new system. It's difficult to work in our kitchen. And sometimes the older person who's kind of leading the new will say, that person's not that good. And I say to them, if you hired you when you came here, you would fire you. But more important, someone, somewhere in your career, for no apparent reason, taught you how to cook. And that's why you are the cook you are today. And your responsibility or your payback for that is to take it forward and teach the person behind you how to cook for no apparent reason.
I feel like I could reach out to pretty much anybody that I've worked for and just ask them a question that maybe I don't know. You know, there's always that respect and there's always that mentorship.
Chefs that work together and have the same vision and are passionate about what they do and they're true to each other are going to succeed. And we had kind of a chip on our shoulder because a lot of people are like, Sacramento's a cow town, you know, and just kind of, okay, well, we'll show them what we got. You know, we declared that we were the farm to fork capital of the United States, and we have something to really prove.
For this course, we all kind of collaborated on it. Furikake crusted albacore tuna with a wild rice and like a pole bean salad. We even had some farms grow things specifically for us for the dinner. It's nice to be out there on the bridge with everybody. I think it's kind of a one-of-a-kind event that happens in the country. Can be a little bit challenging at times, but it is fun to come together and do this.
It's great.
You think about Farm to Fork, it's so much more than just the bridge dinner, right? There are so many things that came out of this, so many people within the food system that got engaged, that this was a great catalyst for them to help fulfill their mission.
It just shows that like this laborious day-to-day thing that we do is really going noticed by Sacramento, so it's appreciated for sure.
It's just been an immense gift, I guess. Everything about the restaurant industry is, I don't know, who I want to be. It's hard to quantify like what makes you love it, right? It's after 10 years of 12-hour days, like what? Why am I still in love with it? I don't know how to do anything else. It's what makes you happy. It's what makes me who I am. Yeah.
Muncha, 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 muncha. Decomposition! Decomposition!
Soilborn, we're a nonprofit farm and education center, and the whole idea was to put a farm in the city.
Okay, then I think we can fit Clara in here.
We learned about tomatoes. They can grow crops together, and well, tomorrow's pizza day, so.
Get set. Go!
I learned that there are new types of food and stuff like that. Yeah, I learned new vegetables. I learned how you can make it, and I learned different ways to do it.
At the very least, that young child that come and spend some time in the garden with us or gets in the kitchen a little bit, when they become an adult, they're going to make healthier choices. The district we worked with most is Sac City Unified School District.
Fruit and veggies!
The farm is now growing that lettuce. And they're able to chop and wash it and process it and then get it into salad bars that, 70,000 kids a day are eating.
Sourcing from local growers supports our local economy, supports local jobs, local farmers, and why shouldn't our students benefit from that? Especially students that may not have the same produce at home in their refrigerator. They fill up on local produce in season that tastes best, so they're more likely to eat it.
Their full awareness and relationship with food has changed as a result of like a school garden and a central kitchen and a local farm.
I call this like it's the hotel that no one wants to ever stay at, but we all find ourselves here. I had no interest of working for a hospital because the stigma of hospital food was really at the time not that great. The average stay in our hospital is about 6.1 days. And I saw food as an intervention. So if you're staying here for 6 days, that's 3 interventions a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. During the summertime, we hit 75 to 80% of our produce coming from one of the 6 counties, right? Especially during the summertime and the fall. I often talk about a peach cup or a pear cup. Those are the things that we serve to patients, and that's rampant through healthcare. Can't we just serve the pears and the peaches when they're in season?
When you create that relationship with the farmer and you know where the food is coming from, and it's a smaller farm that's, you know, not using a ton of pesticides like some of the large corporate farms may do, it's valuable because it's healthy. You are not only sustaining the local economy and a local workforce, but you're eating things that make you healthier.
Unless we have institutional programs that are large like ours, or like the school districts, using their funding to purchase from local farmers and ranchers, I think that's great, right? So if we can, as big institutions, start securing that demand, we can start securing the future of what agriculture looks like in this state.
I was looking actually at my travel log of how many times I go out to the student farm, and yeah, I could totally do one trip every other week, you know, but then it wouldn't be that week's, you know, beets or that week's carrots or that week's snap peas. So yeah, it could be like twice a week that I just go over there. My family and I came here from Armenia when I was about 5 years old. You look at the climate in, you know, North Africa or in Armenia, it's similar, you know, some of the best produce I've had in a really long time. We've made carrot purees here where people are like, did you put sugar in this? And it was nothing. You know, it's just the sweetness of that type of variety of carrot just carries the whole dish.
We have the best ingredients to play with, and if that doesn't inspire you to get you, you know, motivated to really kind of like put something solid on the plate, then I don't know what else is gonna. And we're working exclusively with the farmers, and they're growing these things for us that we say, hey, look, you know, I like this lettuce to be a little more petite than it normally is because it looked great on a plate. So they're manicuring these to our needs, and so we get the first crack at it, and it's coming right to you off the vine. It's gonna be still warm and it arrives to you in your hand on a summer day when you get a nice warm tomato from one of your farmers. It's kind of a special thing.
It's no guarantee that food and agriculture could survive in any community. It's not necessarily the most lucrative industry, but it's such a fundamental space for, you know, community. If we could take all of our mutual skill sets and sort of passions in the food and ag space and make sure that we were in discussion with one another, you do that and you do it over a decent arc of time, things begin to shift.
I just want to say it's time to celebrate Sacramento.
There are so many moving parts of this. You think about the chefs, we have a wait staff of over 100 people. You have people, you know, refilling wine glasses and pouring water and getting other drinks out there. So there are a ton of people that make this thing happen. I think we saw that there was an opportunity to bring other people up. You know, some of the chefs that don't get the attention that they might deserve. I think, you know, in a lot of ways it's affirmation for those chefs and probably a confidence builder, but for some it's you arrived, you're an expert, and we need to know how to do this.
The truth is that at the heart, sometimes hospitality people, you know, we say that we're a bunch of pirates, and sometimes it means we feel like we're misfits, and now all of a sudden we're being celebrated and embraced. And that gift, that warmth that we feel from others is what we want to share with the community. And we share that by breaking bread, because we know that when you sit across a table from someone and break bread, you change conversations. And when you change conversations, you change lives.
I have actually found that in Sacramento, cooking can be competitive, but from chef to chef, it's not necessarily the case. My favorite thing ever is grilled cheese, but we're actually going to use garlic aioli instead of butter on the outside. And then this is a mixture of cheddar and Gruyere. I had someone make me a grilled cheese as a first date once. Like, it's, you know, it's so hard to, it's just hard to top that. At my core, cooking is simple. I was on the fast track to go to nursing school. It got to be year 3, maybe 4, and I just wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't driven, I wasn't motivated, and I was actually really miserable. I had an honest conversation with myself about how if I was really serious about what I wanted to do, I could change the world as a nurse, right? But if I was going to do that most effectively, it would be through food.
It is time to recognize another group of deserving chefs who have worked so hard to get to this point. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to your 2024 Tower Bridge Dinner lead chefs, Katerina Balagian of Seasons, Cecil Rhodes of Nash and Proper, Pedro DePina of the 7th Street Standard, Jamie Rathburn of Ella Dining Room and Bar, and Brock McDonald of Beast and Bounty. It's about recognizing them and saying Sacramento sees you. We are grateful for you, and we love you.
I think because of where I am now, and especially with the opportunity to do the dinner, there is always like a doubt that you have when you make a big change like that it's going to be wrong. It's always been like the right choice for me, and it is the only time that I can be like the truest version of myself. Sorry.
You know, when you think about like what's the role of the city, well, it's to provide for the needs of the people that live there. How are we feeding one another, right? Sacramento's sort of doing it at a level that I haven't necessarily seen elsewhere.
Farm to Fork as a marketing tool has helped many of the other things that happen in agriculture. Wood Center for Land-Based Learning have their new space in Woodland. Wood Food Literacy Center have their own building at Leotada Floyd. Wood Soil-Borne Farms have moved from 2 acres out on Howe and Hurley to 65 acres at this huge ranch out on the American River. Would there be 40 acres of urban agriculture in West Sacramento? Right? There'd be some of that, but we certainly helped push it along. And I'm just so proud of where we've come, how we've changed, and how we've gotten better. And truth is that how we've gotten better is the people who have come now, right? The people who are doing it now. Watch what the next generation does and watch where this goes, because it's only going to get better.